enterprise responsible for distributing the fortified cereals that I talked about. This is the white paper. And in this white paper, it is mentioned that they are going to develop their own set of indicators. So this is for us a very good way of improving the indicators that we use here, because we have something specific with good ideas here. But once again, this will increase the workload, and that's why we need to set up a team with the equipment to take care of that. We already have a department at the level of municipality that can take care of that. Is the Department of Digital Information System, and we have a team there, but maybe we need to add more people and more equipment. Thank you.
Thank you, Olivier. I don't know if any other city would like to add on it.
Within food policy, you're moving ahead, just like Barbara said. After a few years, you are defining new aims, new goals, new areas of food policy. Yesterday, Ghent got a prize for treating food waste. I would like to speak with Ghent how they did it, how they come such good results, and how did they measure. And there's another thing, we're always looking for money. One thing is, taxpayers' money, but in my country we have health funds. I pay my health insurance. If I educate the people in my city rightly, the health fund will have less expenditure in the future because I have healthy inhabitants. So maybe they can start by helping me paying the preventive actions. But then it helps me if I can prove that what I'm doing saves them money.
Yeah.
So with these kind of indicators, it helps you to get other funds and to enlarge in your policy area.
Yeah, maybe there's time for the last questions from the audience.
Can I just jump
yes,
in?
Please,
one piece that I think is really important is to develop a process map for adapting the framework. It's all very well to say adapt it to the local context. What does this mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
And there are very simple steps that we can each take with the available resources to say, okay, there are 44 indicators, which ones really don't make sense? So you knock those out first. Which ones do we already have available data? And there's just a very logical process that you can go that moves you forward quite fast in that way, and then you decide what your priorities are.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yes, I think, can we have another question? Thank you.
I'm very loud anyway. Is that inclusive? So that is something that we need to accompany the framework. Just a clear set of using this is the process that.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. There was Valerie, maybe the last one.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Valerie, working for the French region. I'd like to know, Guido, how you communicated, how do you communicate all this work? How do you transfer this work to the state who belongs to the FAO? Because this is a big deal, actually.
Yeah.
We are between us, so. But something is very hard, even in France these days. We have to deal with our state, with the next programmation for the agricultural commune policies, and be nice to have this type of tools to develop an advocacy, actually.
Yeah. No, yeah, this is not property of FAO. I mean, we developed this in consultation together with the partners and in consultation with the cities, and it belongs to the cities. I mean, we already shared the set of documentation, the indicators and the guidelines to all the cities of the pact. We are now probably discussing internally how to prepare something more that can be better disseminated, like a publication or with all the information. We will find a way to do that, but of course this is the material available for all the cities, even beyond the pact. And the idea is to disseminate as much as possible to a large number of cities, and also not only local actors, but it can also be share with national governments, of course. The thing is that what is crucial is to define how to support in moving ahead in implementing the framework, because having the list of indicators and guidelines is one thing, then implementing it is another thing. Yeah.
I'm Andrea from the City of Milan. Thank you indeed for this work, because it's super useful for us. And we are super strong on the topic of food waste. In last year, we collect a lot of data from different sources, from municipal department, municipal agency, taxes department, and so on. So we can choose inside the indicator the set about food waste. And hopefully, I think that all of this work become much more strong, also if other cities can implement inside their office this kind of framework, because all of us are working with data in a specific framework for action of effect, and we can implement this and demonstrate this common effort. Like a co by co.
Okay, so I think we went over time. I don't know if there's any other burning question, but I think, yes, it was. Okay.
Thank you. I'm Reyes Tirado from Greenpeace, and it's very interesting to hear the different experiences for cities, but we heard in the introduction about obesity, about climate change, and I know one of the indicators on the framework is about meat consumption, but I wonder, it's kind of lacking a bit on the conversation, what cities are doing towards consumption and meat consumption in particular, and how climate, health, and food policy could integrate this. So I would like to hear what are your thoughts on that. Thank you.
I think this is an interesting question. Maybe I'll try to give an answer, but maybe I'll also ask the panelists. On the obesity, on the meat consumption, this was a highly debated issue in the formulation of the framework. Because, I mean, meat consumption, we have to take into consideration we are working with a number of diverse cities from global north, global south, with different priorities, different views, different visions on diets as well. And meat consumption can be something that means something in a certain context and means the opposite in the other. So we have to take into consideration the diversity and the different priorities. And we cannot dictate a direction of what a sustainable diet is, no? I mean, we also have to take into consideration the differences among the different contexts. So, yeah, maybe, okay, Leon wants to add, yeah.
I saw your slides yesterday, and I was hesitant about using them on Twitter. I'm from an area great in meat production, but I totally agree what your slide said. But then is how to convey the message to the people. We, for instance, in our town hall, we start to think about Meatless Monday. But the Dutch are very stubborn, so if I tell someone to do that they are allowed something not to do, they want to do it on purpose. So instead of Meatless Monday, we have Veggie Day, which is a positive connotation. We have a cook in our town hall, and on Monday he makes the most wonderful food. So everyone is asking, why only Monday? So we have Meatless Monday, we don't call it that way, but we're calculating that we are diminishing on the intake of meat.
Yeah, and okay, time is up. Fine. No. Maybe we can have a bilateral discussion.
Twitter what I said.
Yeah, okay. Off record. Yeah. So if anybody interested to further discuss bilaterally, we are happy to find some time to continue the discussion. So maybe, okay, Thomas, do I need to call the three cities here, no? Shanghai, Quelimane, and Utrecht. After the break, they have to, okay, so the three cities can join here to discuss with Thomas.